Out of the current generation of video game consoles, the Nintendo Switch is wildly popular. No one would disagree with that. And one of the great things about it is its portability. The fact that you can take it, undock it, and take it with you on the road, on vacation, as you travel, so that way you can have console level gaming right in the palm of your hands. Hey everyone, Gary here with Rocksolid Productions. I do appreciate you coming by and checking out our episode that we have here today. If you want to kind of get some insight as to what's going on with the eye patch, what's going on with the speech, I will have a link for you right up there. Currently, at the time of this filming, I'm actually fighting a bout of Bell's palsy. So that's what's going on here today. I also want to find out from you too, behind me, this is Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I want to know, did you ever play it back in the day, and now that it's been re-released on modern consoles, did you pick up a copy? I actually picked up both a digital version to play and a physical version for later on down the road. Now, one of the things with the Nintendo Switch, to be able to take it with you on the road, if you want to hook it up to an external television, you need to either bring your Nintendo dock with you, which, I mean, this thing is not the most portable. Now, I have gone ahead, put a different faceplate on. Again, I will have a link for you right up there with the folks from Extreme Rate who actually produce these. They look terrific and are really easy to go ahead and install. Now, the folks over at AXD, and very new company to me, contacted me recently and said, hey, we have this new switchless Switch dock that will allow you to go ahead and connect your Nintendo Switch to a modern flat panel TV via simply USB-C going to HDMI. And what we're going to do in this episode, we're going to pull it out of the package. We're going to check and see how it works out. Now, one thing of note here before we go too far, this will not, absolutely 100% will not work with the Switch Lite. There is nothing that will allow you to use your Switch Lite on a modern TV, on any TV for that matter. Nintendo has removed that functionality completely from the Switch Lite itself. So this is only for the standard Nintendo Switch, and obviously at the time of this filming, the upcoming OLED Nintendo Switch. So let's go ahead, let's hit the bench, let's see how this comes out of the bag, because it's not a box, it's a baggie, and we'll go ahead, we'll test some gameplay. Let's get started. See here on the bench, like I mentioned, it doesn't come in a box, it's just a blister pack here. It does have a quality certification pass right up top. Now thankfully Tom from Do Your Nerd has returned his stolen, or my stolen, X-Acto knife from, he did that at the Southeast Game Exchange. Make sure if you haven't checked out our coverage of that, we have a full video dedicated towards it, and check out Do Your Nerd as well. A zippered pouch here, little instruction packet, and that's about it. Now these are going to be available on Amazon. They're actually up there right now. I will have a link in a pinned comment where you can check that out. So looking at it, it is an all-in-one design, and the overall length of the cable, doubling it up here, is about 3 feet. Now the brains, this guy right here, not pinky, but the brain. So you do have your USB-C in for power. You have another USB-A port right here, so you can connect in another accessory, a wired controller, something like that. So that is very, very nice. And again, it does have labeled input here for your USB-C for power. Speaking of USB-C, that's what you have on this end here to go ahead and connect to the Switch. Nice rubberized wide connector on here, so you've got a good grip to get that in and out of the system itself. I like that. And then on the other side, you do have just a standard HDMI connection on that side. Now, I personally would prefer to see a female HDMI port here. That way I can use whatever length HDMI cable I want. But for simplicity while traveling, this pretty much nails it. It does come with a minor manual here. The CH100 is a lightweight and portable adapter for expansion USB-C type devices. Users can easily connect and mirror a Type-C device to a monitor with the HDMI port. It supports all fully featured USB-C devices such as the Switch, MacBook, Huawei Mate 10, Chromebook, HP Spectre, and more. And says basically that same thing in different languages as well, and walks you through your connection setup and everything, your input, output, output USB, So output USB data port, I guess it would be input or output, quite honestly. And then just shows you a real quick idea of how to connect to your computer, to your Switch, to a USB-C enabled phone. And we are actually going to test it with our Samsung DEX capabilities as well. Now, one thing I do want to just test out here is the overall fit and feel of the USB-C port going in. And one of the nice things about USB-C, doesn't matter, right side up, upside down, that's a nice solid click going into our Switch. So I dig that. That's nice. It's really, really nice. Now, the other side benefit of the USB-A connection here is the fact that I can also use USB hubs. So like I mentioned, the Samsung DEX dock, sorry about that, Bell's palsy. I can go ahead and I can connect a USB dock right here to be able to connect a mouse or a wireless keyboard or anything along those lines, like Logitech has their unifying receivers that I can plug right in here and be able to use this with my Samsung DEX. Let's go ahead, let's hook this up to our capture card. Let's see how the quality looks coming out of this. Oh, one final thing, actually a couple final things on here. If you have noticed, it does not include an AC power supply. You do need to provide that on your own. Now, I will say I talked to the manufacturer about this being PD 3.0 compliant. They confirmed, yes, it is. They recommend utilizing the stock Nintendo power supply, which is exactly what we are going to do to provide power to this before we go into our capture card. Now, like I said, let's get to some gameplay. Now, one thing for me in this is just going to throw out there right now, eye patch is off. I found it's easier for me to game without the eye patch on. I just can't do it for as long. So here is Shantae. Kind of a new to me series. I never really got into it. I actually have the full set for the Switch. There's one version of the game that's worth like $500. I couldn't believe that. But this is actually the digital version of that game because, yeah, I'm not going to open a $500 game. Colors and everything look nice and vibrant. The audio sounds good. And going straight from, you know, my power supply, I'm using the stock OEM power supply into this, and I mean, fired right up, no issues whatsoever. I mean, here you can see too. I mean, that's one of the things that I think most people have come to love about Shantae on the Switch is just it looks great. You know, it is one of those that, you know, it started on the Game Boy or Game Boy Color, one of the two, but has been, you know, modernized very, very well. You know, play control feels really good, no lag or delay to speak of. I feel like there needs to be a double jump or something, and I may be missing it. It's just one of those things, like I say, I have really just started playing the game here. So, oh, got her. Ah, the monkey can do it. Again, it's one of those things that I am fairly new to the series, so I'm still kind of learning my way around here. Got her there. Yeah, I mean, everything is working exactly as it should be. I'm not feeling any difference between what I would be, oh crap, expecting with a regular Nintendo Switch dock, as it were. So, I mean, that's exactly what you want to see. So, fire up some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Still one of the best games for the Switch. It's just such a great party game. It's a great one-player game, too. That's the best thing about it. So far, I have to admit, I'm really digging it. And $30. That's what you're looking at. $30. Ah, got on the gas a little bit too quickly there. Already up to third. And now we will be up to second. Oh, you dirty rotten. Ooh, landed right on top of her, taking over the lead. But yeah, I'm actually really very happy. The colors look vibrant. They look accurate. I'm not feeling any lag or delay. And that's a lot of times with docks like this, something you have to be worried about. Again, it is something that it will not work no matter how badly you want it to, will not work with the Switch Lite. It simply not built into the system. But for the standard Switch, I'm very impressed with this. Now, there are other docks out there that will add additional features such as Ethernet. The ChargeN Pro Stingray will have Ethernet on it and is about the same size, maybe a touch bigger just because it is, this is just a cable where that does have the Ethernet connection in it. You are going to pay more for that feature. I will say there is, I think it was Yoke that also had a cable. I'll have a link in the upper corner here to that video because I have reviewed that one. That one I thought was just okay. I actually honestly ended up returning it. Like I say, I wasn't thoroughly impressed with it. It was okay. And it was actually very similarly priced to this. I want to say it was also $29.99 or $24.99. Again, I have that information in that video as well. But for the money, this is actually working very, very well. Now, would I use this as a daily driver? No. This is designed and optimized, quite honestly, for that portability factor. And that's one of the great things about the size of it, just how small it is and how easy it'll be to throw into, you know, a travel bag or something along those lines. I know I had taken another very similar cable with me to the Southeast Game Exchange 2021, and I had it with me when I was in with the boys from Gaming Off the Grid, and they were just blown away by the fact that you could get these types of capabilities in just a cable, that you didn't need a full-blown dock. And there you can see we are through the first race here. Very, very good. Now we're going to switch it up, and we are going to go to one of my go-to tests for any controller, for any dock or anything like that, Street Fighter the 30th Anniversary Edition, just because it is an excellent test of lag and latency. Oh, Ryu versus Ryu should be good. Now, I am one of the strange people that actually uses the analog stick instead of the D-pad for most of my moves. Oh, Dragon Uppercut pull off without a problem there. Oh. Got him! Alright, working well so far. Nice counter there. Oof. He's kicking my butt this round. I don't know about you, but I think Ryu is going to win this one. There we go. Oh no, he's still hanging in there. Got him. All right, Ryu won there. Let us go to the NES side real quick just to finish things up, just to see how some of our 8-bit favorites and classics look and play through on this cable. You know, let's just go to Donkey Kong. Keep it simple, go with the classics. Looks great. You know, it's funny going back to some of my earlier videos now, you know, from 3-4 years ago, and seeing Donkey Kong featured on some of the NES clone systems that I had tested out. And yeah, it's just funny to think how many pieces of content I have uploaded over the years. We're almost to 1,000 videos at the time of this video. I didn't, dang it. That's my own fault. Now, one thing I will say, and you're probably going to notice in the footage, is the blacks are a little bit on the light side. That is due to my capture card. That's one of the things that I'm using my Hauppauge PVR 60 Pro, and I died there too. You can tell Donkey Kong, not my game. My PVR 60 Pro does blow out the blacks a little bit where they're a little bit lighter than they should be. All right, we should be able to get up here, get Pauline. And that damn dirty ape is going to take him to the next level. So we're going to pause it here, and we're going to give you some initial thoughts. First of all, love the price, under $30. Terrific. The overall design, simple, effective. I like the fact that it does have that built-in USB port on the side, so you can use wired controllers if you would like. The fact that they do not include a power supply, I think, is a strength and not a weakness. That, you know, they're basically telling you, use the Nintendo one. It's designed to work with the system as well as possible. On my television, everything, color reproduction looks great. Again, it's one of those things, I know what you're going to see is going to be a little bit washed out on the blacks. That is due strictly to the capture card. Didn't feel any additional lag, no additional delay, anything along those lines. Overall, if you're looking for a portable cable, the one thing I understand may hold you back a little bit is the fact they are not well known in the gaming industry. Completely give you that. But it's one of those things that, I mean, they answer my questions very, very thoroughly when I ask them about being PD3 compliant, the type of power supply that they recommend, so on and so on and so forth. They answered the questions that I asked the right way, so that gave me a little bit more confidence that, you know, to try this out on my system and it worked flawlessly. And finally here, just to kind of show that we do have it working with our Samsung DEX. That's me with my Samsung Galaxy Note 10. And we are going to go into the app drawer here, and let's see what we want to do. Now, it may not play properly, but let's see what Netflix gives us. We'll full screen it here. We're not going to play a whole lot because I do not want to get hit with a content ID match. But let's see what we have. Well, here at least you can see that it is going ahead and recording properly. I have to go into the settings to go ahead and change the output to the audio output to DEX versus my phone. But it is something that does work, and it does a pretty decent job for what it is. And audio, change audio output, and display device. That should, let's try that one more time. We'll just go there, play again. We'll just go right to this part. Hopefully get some audio coming through. And here you can hear that it is coming through properly as it should be. So good to know it is working just fine, Samsung DEX. So in the end, what do I think of the AXD cable for the Nintendo Switch that's basically designed to replace your Switch dock for portability purposes? It's fantastic. It's really a lot better than I anticipated it being. You can see behind me the colors are bright, they're vibrant, no lag, no delay, and again, $30. Now, having the recommendation for the OEM power supply from Nintendo, I like that. That is them kind of hedging their bets on the safe side here. And, you know, no lag, no latency, no delays, anything like that I felt while going through and doing my tests and everything. Overall, I mean, I don't need both eyes to kind of see what kind of quality that we have here, and it's actually very surprising how good this is. Definitely something, if you are looking for an all-in-one solution, it actually has some very, very good features to it. Now, I do wish that it did have an Ethernet port on it, simply because if you are traveling, especially if you are in a hotel, Wi-Fi in a hotel can not only be shoddy, you may have a hard time connecting to it, because if you have to log into a Wi-Fi using a web browser, doing it on the Switch, not the easiest thing to do. So having that Ethernet connection would be a hell of a lot easier than just having to rely on Wi-Fi. I'm looking at it as if I'm going to, on vacation or on a trip or something like that, by and large, I'm simply going to go ahead and connect it maybe once or twice to play while decompressing. If I'm going to a convention, I'm editing and I've hit render, something just to go ahead and decompress for a little bit after I'm done. Just like what I did at Southeast Game Exchange, where I edited Saturday or Sunday night so I could go ahead and get things up Monday morning for everybody to go ahead and check out, because I am a slave to making sure that we have good content here on the channel. I hope you all appreciate it. So it's one of those things that also worked great for our Samsung DEX, which it's one of those things that a lot of people aren't going to use it, but it's neat functionality to go ahead and have work on here too. Now, if you do have any other comments or questions, as always, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. You can also go ahead and send me an email at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. You can send me a message on Twitter at RockSolidStudios. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions and Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK. Now, if you do want to pick one of these up, I will have a link down below in a pinned post where you can go ahead and order on directly through our Amazon affiliate store. Very cool. Again, $30 that you're looking at on that. Now, if you are looking to pick up games, accessories, controllers, other things for your Switch, for your PS4, for your Xbox, modern and retro gaming systems, make sure you check out CastlemaniaGames.com. The cool things over there is the fact that he has a feature called Castle Cash, where the more you spend, the more you earn towards future purchases. And the great thing is Castle Cash, it is just like cash. So if you've got 20 bucks in Castle Cash, you've got 20 bucks to spend at the castle. You can also use promo code ROCKSOLID10 to save 10% off of most items on the website. If you also want to make sure that you are kept informed and up to date with what we have going on here on the channel, as always, do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button and that bell notification. That way each and every time we upload new content, you are kept the most informed and up to date. And if you are looking for other reviews of other cables, accessories, games, for modern and retro gaming, for the Switch, for the NES, Super NES, N64, and beyond, those videos are coming up for you right now. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to support the future of Rock Solid Productions, you can do so by visiting our Patreon page at patreon.com/rocksolid. For as little as $1 a month, $12 a year, you'll get early access to all of our video content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. You can also become a channel member here on YouTube for as little as $1.99 a month, and with that, you get a badge next to your name when you comment or post on the channel, and you are acknowledged whether you are a channel member or a Patreon supporter at the end of each and every one of our videos. You can also support the channel by visiting our Teespring store on screen now, where we have t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, masks, cell phone cases, and much more. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.